Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crochet and Coffee here. And today we are doing a coloring chat. So get out whatever it is you're working on, coloring, cross stitching, beaded cross stitch, diamond painting, and come have a listen. So today I am going to be working on a printable. I love the printables. Oh my God, I just love them. This printable comes to us from, as you can see, Molly Harrison. I will link where I got it out on Etsy down in the description box below. So with that said, let's get started. Now this adorable little girl she's in a rain shower, looks like, and she has her little kitty with her, and she's trying to protect the kitty cat from the water because, as you guys know, most kitty cats don't like water. When I was growing up, we had a cat. I swear that cat lived to be 100 years old. His name was Leo. He was a white and orange cat. And Leo hated water. And I am also using my 72 set of Arteza color pencils. Yes, I have heard that Arteza has a 120 pack out. Like, they just released a 120 pack, and I will have a review for them as soon as they come in. Yes, they are on their way. You guys already know I have to review these because, good God, the 72 pack is awesome. So I'm interested to see what the color palette is for the 120 pack. So yeah. So I am actually using color pencils today instead of markers. Yes, I am definitely a markers girl, but I every once in a while will get froggy and will use my color pencils. So yeah. And I colored the image over the weekend with my color pencils, and it just turned out wonderfully. So I figured, why not give it a try again? So yeah, so the weekend went great. I hope you guys had a great weekend. If not, I hope you have a great day. This week it's going to be a little bit crazy, as you probably already could tell. I had a new kit come in, which I do plan on starting immediately. Luckily for me, I just finished Rosaline. If you haven't seen her yet, which I'm guessing you probably haven't, you should probably see her later this week, which probably would be Wednesday. The only thing is this week's going to be a little crazy for me because the kids have off of school. Like, they have Monday and Tuesday at school, and then the rest of the week they're off. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go because, you know, I record most of my videos for the week on Mondays anyways. So I don't think it'll affect too much, except for the fact that my whip and chat is recorded on Wednesdays and Mondays. So today that I'm recording this, it's actually like 8 a.m. on Monday, or 8:30 on a Monday. And then I'll record again at 8 a.m. on a Wednesday. So yeah. So be looking out for all the fun videos. You might get days with multiple videos this week. Just because I have so many in my stockpile that I need to start getting them out. So instead of holding on to them and like pushing them for future dates, I'm just gonna double up on videos this week. So if you happen to get, like, you know, 10 videos this week instead of 5, or instead of just 7, I guess, it's because I have a lot of videos that I need to get out. So get ready, because they're coming, and they're a mix of coloring and diamond painting videos. So yeah, but the weekend went good. We're gonna do some dark red for her hair here. Now, I've never colored grayscale with my color pencils for like my printables on this paper. So like, I know I have the Art and Fly oil pencils, which, if you don't know what oil pencils are, they're essentially made with oil instead of the traditional wax of most color pencils. Like, my Artezas are made of wax. So Art and Fly has oil color pencils, and some other oil pencils I want to say are like Faber-Castells, but those things are hella expensive. Also, channel updates. Don't worry, it just has nothing to do with that COPPA thing. I'm so sick of hearing about that damn COPPA thing. I know it's something that, you know, all YouTubers are worried about, but for right now, I don't really want to worry about it. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me trying to avoid the bad situation that's coming upon us. I'm tired of hearing about it. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Let's just see what happens. And, you know, all we can do is essentially mark our videos as not for children, which if you're watching this and you're not a child, please turn it off because this is an adult channel. That's essentially all we can do is just wait and see exactly what's going to happen, because I know a lot of people are like deleting channels and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't doing all that. But channel updates. So if you were not in my live on Friday, I mentioned about, I've been thinking for a while, and I was watching Stitcherista, and she showed this pattern called sweater weather. Now, you guys, sweater weather is my jam, okay? There's a song out. I don't remember who sings it. I'll probably try to add it to the video. There's a song out by a group, and they have a song called Sweater Weather. I freaking love the term sweater weather. And when I seen Stitcherista cross-stitching this sweater weather pattern, I was like, I have to have this. So I tracked down the pattern like a cheetah looking for prey. Like, I didn't want to ask her because I figured she had already linked it, so I went to go look to see if she had linked it, but she said in her video that she had bought it from the person in person, so I was like, oh crap, she can't link like the hotel that the person was staying at that exact moment so I can get it. So I did find it. I downloaded it, and I was talking with her about wanting to cross-stitch it. And yes, for those of you who don't know, Miss Crochet and Coffee can cross. I can do lots of things. And that's where the channel updates come in. I will be doing some changes to the channel. Not a whole lot. Like, not anything drastic where you guys are going to be like, oh God, she's changing it up again. She's, you know, doing this, that, and the other. No. Once a week. And I just want to see how it goes. So it's going to be like a trial period. Once a week, I will be adding a segment to the channel. And it's going to start this week. It's going to be Something New Saturday. Something New Saturday will essentially be a segment that I am going to try a new craft. Something I either have tried before in the past and just haven't done in a long time, or something that I've wanted to try but have been too scared to try. And I figure, you know, what better time to try it? Because a lot of you do other crafts besides just diamond paint or just color. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. So I was in live and I was talking about doing this, and it seemed to go over well. So I think we're going to try some new crafts. I don't know which one I should do first, though, because I have two. One is latch hooking. I used to do latch hooking when I was a kid, and I don't know, it just wasn't something that I got really big into, but I can do it. And I was like, you know, I get people all the time that tell me they can do all these crafts, and I was like, you know, it'd be nice to be able to share more than like 2 or 3 crafts with you guys. So I decided, you know what? We're going to go ahead and go for trying out some new stuff. So we're going to try some latch hook. We're going to try some punch needle. We're going to do some cross stitch. And I know somebody's like, oh, beaded cross stitch? No. It just has too many pieces, you guys. It has too many little pieces, and diamond painting is hard enough to keep track of. And it's not even really keeping track of it as it is keeping it away from the pets. Because as you know, I have big pets, and Daisy has a tail that is a force to be reckoned with. And she, like, that thing is a mass destruction on its own. So I was like, I don't really want to do beaded cross stitch because you got to worry about the threads and the beads and the mess. And I just can't. I can't with the beaded cross stitch. So I don't want to really do beaded cross stitch, but I do want to try, pencil's rolling all over the place. I do want to try doing some cross stitch, because I like I said, I'm very basic when it comes to cross stitching, but that pattern really made me want to start trying. And don't worry, that doesn't mean like you're gonna get any less videos or anything. This is something that I would just do on Saturdays. And so, unless, you know, and I'll have it where I'll try 1 or 2 crafts, and then you won't see another Try Me Saturday like for something new until I at least finish the one I'm working on, because I don't want to have a bunch of stuff that I've started and not finished. So like maybe you'll get a third whipping chat with me finishing it, or I'll show you my progress and tell you how it's going. Like you guys need more whipping chats. Because I was talking to Mr. Coffee about that, and he's like, well, don't you already do 2 whipping chats a week? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, are you going to be up for a third? And I'm like, I don't think it'd be too bad. Plus, it wouldn't be an hour long. But you guys know me, I don't shut up, so it probably would be an hour long. So what would that be? In total, you get like 6 hours worth of whipping chats on my channel if I did that. But essentially, I would just show you my progress, tell you how things are going, work on it with you a little bit. And because I was thinking about getting Q snaps, and JJ and Pippa were sending me links for Q snaps, and I'm like, I don't really need Q snaps. I have hoops. So I decided to just stick with my hoops for right now. If I decide, floss tube is something that I really want to get into because I'm really enjoying it. Essentially, I don't want to tie myself down to one craft. I don't want to be just diamond painting or just crocheting or just coloring. I want to try a plethora of things, and I don't plan on like joining floss tube. Like, no, I don't plan on joining floss tube right away. But I don't mind, giving it a try, like giving cross stitching a try, because like I said, I can do the basics. I'm a basic chick when it comes to crafting. I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. So like I can do a little bit of everything, as long as I don't feel like it's going to be overwhelming. Like I feel like trying to learn how to bead it cross stitch would be overwhelming because of all the little pieces. Diamond painting can sometimes be overwhelming for me. I have to literally like get myself in a good space to diamond paint. So like I don't want to have another craft with a bunch of more little pieces, because I can't tell you how many times I've had to stop Maggie from essentially taking the pieces and running off. So yeah, if I do try bead it cross stitch, it would be a very teeny tiny one, and I might have to enlist the help of some of my YouTube friends on finding a tiny little bead it cross stitch. But I know a few of you were just like, at least try it. And if I can get through punch needle and I can get through latch hooking, then maybe we'll try bead it cross stitch. How about that? I know Rachel Ray's been like really, really gung-ho about me trying it, and I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, but I do want diamond painting to still be the main focus on my channel. It's just every couple of days, I would like to try something different, because after a while, it gets old doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. I will admit, I do get bored of a canvas. If I'm working on a canvas and it takes me longer than a week, I get bored. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm like, good God, is this ever going to be over? And I know I'm not the only person. Like, a lot of people will do that. They will switch up the craft they're working on because they'll get bored with it, and then they're just like, good God, can I do something else? And yes, that does slow down your progress, and don't worry, it won't slow me down. If anything, it'll help me get through some of this energy. There may be a week where I do nothing but diamond painting, and then there'll be a week I have 1 or 2 try me, some things where I will try a new craft or show progress updates on the one I'm working on. So I think it'll be a good change for the channel. Again, I will still primarily focus on diamond painting, but I also want to try other things. And if it doesn't go over well on the channel, then it'll just be something I do on my own. But you guys seem to be very supportive of any and all the things that I do. So I figured, why not? Why not give it a try? there are so many other crafts out there besides diamond painting, and though diamond painting is what my channel was started on, I am open-minded to trying new things. Usually I'm not, so, take this with, whatever, but usually I'm not a big fan of new things. I don't do change well, but I really want to try some other crafts and stuff, so. Plus, technically, cross-stitching isn't new for me. I was cross-stitching before I started diamond painting, and then, if you didn't know, I started diamond painting because of Stitcherista. I was a huge fan of hers. I still am. She's so awesome. I was a huge fan of hers when I first started getting into watching YouTube. And she started diamond painting. And of course, like most people, I looked at her when she was doing it. And I was like, I was watching her cross-stitch at first. And I had started cross-stitching again. And again, that's something else I haven't done since I was, in my late teens or something. And she was cross-stitching when I first met her. And I was like, oh, okay. I can pull my stuff out and, cross-stitch again. Mr. Coffee even took me over to Hobby Lobby, and we went and got, like, all the DMC threads, awesome hoops and patterns and everything. And I had started cross-stitching, and then when Stitcherista discovered diamond painting, and I was like, oh, that seems a little bit interesting and pain in the butt because of all the pieces, then I, got sucked down that rabbit hole, and now I diamond paint. The problem is, I get through stuff so quickly that I worry that, I'm not worried about running out of diamond paintings, believe me, there's plenty of them in there. But, I don't know, like, a lot of other crafts don't take up as much space. And winter is a-coming, so since I don't leave the house, it's even worse in the winter that I don't leave the house. I wouldn't mind having, some other stuff to do. And how many of you only do one craft? A lot of you haven't done other crafts in years, but you're still able to do them. And I've had a lot of people say about, I installed got them interested into coloring again. And that's awesome. I love coloring. I absolutely love it. It's something I can do with my kids on a day where, they're in the house, which we'll probably do that this week because of them having off school. So, yeah, like, I absolutely love coloring. I need a pale purple. My little pencil sharpener. So, yeah, so try something new, or something new Saturday will start this week. I'm going to try to have it start this week only because, like I said, the kids are out of school. So it's going to be an adjustment for me to try to. I've recorded with them home before. I've recorded with them home before, and it wasn't an issue. But I don't like doing it because, this is their home just as much as it's mine. And I don't like having them, have to, hey, you guys, can you keep quiet for a little bit while mommy records a video? Like, I don't like doing that to them because this is their home too, and they shouldn't, have to be quiet. Well, they're not roughhousing through the house and screaming and yelling, but I don't want them to feel like they can't talk at home. So, like, I don't like recording too much when they're home. Plus, because we're usually, doing our own thing on the weekends, when they have time like this where they're home, I like to spend as much time with them as possible because they don't get many days off of school because the school district that we live in now doesn't do a whole lot of days off. So I like to try to spend as much time with them as I can. And here we go with the Maggie and the Disney Plus thing again. Maggie has discovered, I was talking to my friends this weekend, and Becky, I blame Becky, but Becky was wanting to, I guess she wanted to watch Beauty and the Beast or something. And Becky had made mention of, Maggie, have you seen Beauty and the Beast? Now, again, I've told you guys, my children have not been watching Disney movies. My children aren't those type of children. One, they don't sit still long enough to do so. And two, they just, every time we allow Maggie to watch a Disney movie, she goes and takes it overboard. And pretty much she's seen a few Disney movies. Of course, her favorite, because she's 7, her favorite is Frozen. And if you guys didn't know, the new Frozen has just come out a couple of days ago when I'm making this video. The new Frozen has come out, and she knows that it's coming out. She just doesn't know when. She doesn't know that it's already out. So trying to see here. But yeah, so she doesn't know when exactly it's coming out, but I haven't had the heart to tell her it's been out, because we want to, go ahead and take her to the movies, but we're still a little iffy. We've never taken her to the movies before, one, because she was too young, and now that she's old enough, or when she became old enough, she had the problems with epilepsy and all the bright shining light and everything. I didn't feel comfortable taking her to the movies. Now that she's been seizure free for about 3 months, we have been discussing possibly taking her to the theaters. But if we took her, she would have to wear sunglasses, just because I still worry about, all the flashing. And not that the sunglasses is going to stop the flashing, but it'll help it from being so bright. We should do that with Minna. We'd take her into the theater with sunglasses on so that the screen wasn't so bright, and we try to sit far back in the back. But then, of course, the moment you sit in the back of the movie theater, you got everybody's gigantic head in the way. So, yeah. We're going to put a second layer on her dress here. So for those folks that were wondering if you can color, the printables with color pencil, of course you can. But yeah, so we're going to do some try it stuff. So if you have a craft that you would like me to try, write that down in the comment section below. As you know, there's a contest. I can't think if I either started the contest or not. Again, I'm recording this Monday, so a lot of the events that you've seen yesterday in my last video for the DIY Moonshop have not happened yet. If you have not seen the DIY Moonshop video yet, don't worry, it's probably coming. But if you would like to see a different craft tried on the channel, let me know. Let me know if there's any other craft. And if somebody says tatting, if you don't know what tatting is, that's essentially making lace. That's not happening. Like, that's too much of an intricate, detailed type thing. And that's a lot of supplies I would have to buy. Like, I already have, if somebody says, loom knitting or loom, whatever, I can do that because I already have, all the stuff I need to do loom knitting. But I don't want to go out and buy, a whole tatting set just to do tatting for a couple of episodes on the channel. That's a lot. That's a lot. Have you ever seen tatting? If you've never seen tatting, look up tatting. Good God. Okay, we're going to do her little boots in this color. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm going to be adding new stuff to the channel. We were talking about Maggie. That's what it was. I was trying to figure out what I was talking about. So Maggie doesn't know that Frozen 2 she knows it's come out, but she doesn't know, the ins and outs of, oh, it's out, we can go see it, blah, blah, blah. So this weekend, I was talking to friends, and Becky had made mention that she wanted to watch Beauty and the Beast. Now, that's a movie that, my kids haven't seen. Well, Orion's seen it. Maggie hasn't. Orion can watch a movie and not want to then interact or essentially reenact that movie. Maggie's extra. So Maggie has to interact or reenact the movie. So Maggie, I'm sitting here talking to friends, and Maggie says she wanted to watch a movie. So she wanted me to help her find a movie. And Becky had just mentioned Beauty and the Beast. And I was like, oh, Maggie, you want to watch Beauty and the Beast? Because I'm thinking, what could she possibly reenact that's going to hurt anybody in the house with Beauty and the Beast? Well, apparently Daddy is Gaston. And then she's like, no, Daddy's not Gaston. Daddy's my prince. He's my good boy. And I was like, okay. She went and sat down nicely and watched, which that's what she's excited for Thanksgiving. she's thankful, and she wrote a little thing at school. She's thankful for Disney Plus, and I'm like, I'm thankful for it too, because I can get a lot more stuff done around the house. So she trying to highlight some of her hair here. All right, and now let's go with the underneath part of her skirt here. So I put on Beauty and the Beast for Maggie, and she watched it, and she also watched Sleeping Beauty, which is another movie she had. She has seen Maleficent, but she hasn't seen Sleeping Beauty. And it's been years since I've seen Sleeping Beauty, so I don't even remember if it, coincides enough with it for her to click those two together. I just find it funny that she can say Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, but she can't say Laura, as in Laura Law's Craft Corner. She keeps calling Laura Law's Craft Corner, she keeps calling her Lola. Something about Laura told her that in Chinese you say her name like Lola or something. Maggie's been trying to say it, I guess, and she calls her Lola. And no matter how many times we try to pronounce it and saying it with her, she doesn't care. Laura Law's Craft Corner's name is Lola now. Like, it's not Laura, it's Lola. So, there's that. But we're sitting here, and Maggie comes out, and I got those roses, which I can't even show you because she still has it. It's a rose that I got from Rachel Ray when she was doing her pins. And Maggie took the rose and put it in the plastic bag that your Diamond Art Clubs come in. If you ever got a Diamond Art Club and you get it in that bag, Maggie took the bag, put air in it, like she blew air into it, and put the rose in it and said, that's her rose. So that little bag was her rose. And she had like this little cape on or something, and she was like, yeah, mommy, I'm Belle, I love to read. And I'm like, but Maggie, you don't like to read. She's like, I like to read. I'm like, now you like to read? And she's like, yes, I love to read, I have lots of books. And I'm like, I know you have lots of books, the problem is you don't like to read lots of books. Maggie doesn't mind reading, but it's not her favorite thing. Her favorite thing, obviously, of course, is math. So when she said about having lots of books, I'm thinking, oh, sweet, she's not going to give me gruff this week about reading. Nope, I was wrong. Because the kids read every day for like 30 to 40 minutes, depending on, the day. Sometimes if it's a good book, they'll read for 40 minutes. If it's not so much of a good book, they'll read for 30 minutes. So I am giving this little bit of highlights here. We're going to blend those two together. We're going to get her straps here. So yeah, Maggie, walked around for a while saying that she was Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and she had on her Elsa dress, but you couldn't tell her it was an Elsa dress. That was her Belle dress, and now she wants a Belle dress. And I'm like, at this point, I need to find the dress-up clothes for all the Disney princesses. And I was telling people, this is why I don't allow Maggie to watch Disney movies, because she then turns into those characters, which just means she has a great imagination, and that's fine. I don't care that she has a great imagination. Like, that's awesome. I used to have a great imagination when I was little too. And so, I need a gray for her buttons. Her little clasp are going to be gray. So, Maggie was walking around doing that, and then she was telling Becky that she was the queen of our house. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Becky can't be the queen of our house if she ain't paying no goddamn old bills here. And Becky was the queen because Becky's the one that told her to watch Beauty and the Beast. And I'm like, yeah, no. Apparently, Becky is her queen, and mommy is just chopped liver, and I'm just her mom, but Becky's the queen. And I'm like, you can't have a queen in your house that doesn't pay bills. I'm sorry. No, that's not going to work. So, you know, she walked off all mad because I wouldn't let Becky be queen of our house. And I'm like, again, Becky doesn't pay bills here. I'm the queen of our house. And she's like, no, I want Miss Becky. So yeah, Maggie's a hot mess. Meanwhile, we took Orion to get his hair cut this weekend because he was starting to look like the woolly mammoth. And he wasn't very happy about it at first. For some reason, I'm guessing it's a boy thing to fight the haircuts. Like, I think I remember asking this in another video, and everybody was like, yeah, it's a boy thing. Boys don't like getting their hair cut. Now, Orion has a mixture of mostly my hair and some of his dad's hair. So he has really soft, curly hair. And for some reason, he hates getting his hair cut. And so you literally have to bribe him. Now, with Maggie, I can bribe Maggie with stupid stuff. Like, I'll bribe Maggie with new underwear and lollipops. And she'll do... You give Maggie a new pair of underwear and some lollipops, she'll do just about anything. Orion, he's older. He's getting to that point where he wants you to bribe him with money so that he can go buy stuff. So, Orion, I had to bribe him with $5 if he would go, without a fight, if he would go get his hair cut. And he did. And he got his little $5. And then immediately, as soon as he got the $5, he's like, can we go buy candy? I'm like, you just had trick-or-treating. You still have a ton of candy left. Because I put the candy away because Maggie had gotten into it. And I was like, you got a ton of candy left. Why do we need to go get you more candy? He's like, I just need all the candy. So essentially, he didn't need any more candy. He just wanted all the candy. And I was like, no, I want you to have all your teeth, so we're not doing that. And he goes, I do have all my teeth. I do have one wiggly one. And I'm like, yeah, y'all can stop anytime now. When do they stop getting the loose teeth? Because I'm so tired of my children walking around here looking like jack-o'-lanterns. I would just like to know, when does this stop? I don't remember when it stopped for Minna. So, like, because as you didn't know, Minna is 13 and Orion is 8. Orion will be 9 in February. So Minna's a little bit older than him. And I don't remember when she stopped losing, like, her baby teeth. So I just remember that when she lost her front teeth, I want to say she knocked one of them out. And then the other one fell out. But they were gone for, like, the longest time. Like, I didn't think her front teeth were ever going to grow back in. It took them over a year to grow back in. Whereas Maggie lost her 2 front teeth right before Halloween, and they're already both coming in at the same time. Maggie is also, I'm a little worried because she's hitting a growth spurt again. And with the growth spurt, if you don't remember, the last time she hit a growth spurt, we had to adjust her meds. So she's having a growth spurt, and we know this because she's eating up everything in the house, like literally eating everything in the house. Anything you give her, she's always hungry. She's always, like, you will feed her, and 20 minutes later, she'll act like she's never eaten ever. And I'm like, how can you be so hungry? You're so little. Where are you putting it? So she's hitting a growth spurt. Orion hits his growth spurts, and you don't notice until one day you just go look, and he's, like, super tall for some reason. You're like, what the hell happened to you? So we got yellow orc. We're going to do some skin tone. So we're going to do yellow orc, apricot. No, I don't want to do orange. How about, what is that? Pumpkin. This is Tuscan Sun. We're going to do Tuscan Sun. Let's layer her up. Sharpen. So yeah, so Maggie's going through a growth spurt right now. Orion seems to have just gotten out of growth spurt. When school started, he was in a size 8 pants, and now he's in a size 10. And so we've had to go buy him new clothes. Well, at least new pants, because his size 8s didn't fit anymore. So we had to go buy him new pants lately, and Maggie's getting to that point now where, and that's a weird thing, Maggie is hitting a growth spurt, but she's not, like, she's getting taller. She's not getting any wider. So she still looks like a gangly little toothpick. And, like, I'm waiting for her to, like, put some meat on. But I guess, you know, first you'd have to eat meat because my kids all go through the, like, did anybody else kids go through a weird feeding phase? Like right now, my kids won't eat, or Maggie won't eat meat. Between the ages of 5 to 8, the kids won't eat meat. And then once they turn 8, they turn into like some kind of Tyrannosaurus Rex eating all the meat. But for right now, they don't want any of the meat. And I'm like, how do you not like meat? Like, I don't understand. Maggie's just now getting to a point where she will eat a chicken nugget. Maggie wouldn't eat chicken nuggets before. Maggie wouldn't eat pizza. But now she's getting to that point where she's starting to, I guess, you know, get a little bit braver. And she's trying out some of these new foods. Where they're new to her because she won't eat them. But I'm doing the yellow orc for the highlighting of her legs and arms and stuff. And we'll do it for underneath her neck here. And we're going to go back to that apricot. So yeah, so Maggie's hitting a growth spurt, which means, and it's about that time. Around Christmas time is the next time we go see the epilepsy specialist for Maggie and her seizures. They just like to check in. Essentially, that will be a phone call because she hasn't had any seizures. She hasn't had any issues, but when they need to retest her, if they can't do it here in Williston, we will have to make that trip back right before... We'll have to make the trip back right before Christmas to Montana to go get her checked out. That's kind of like a family all-day trip because of how long it takes. So yeah, so I'm really hoping this year we can kind of skip the family trip to Montana. But if they need to run tests, of course, you know, we'll go ahead and go over to Montana. If you'd notice, which you probably don't because you rarely ever hear the dogs in the video, I'm missing a dog. I'm missing a dog, so I might have to stop here in a few minutes because I'm missing a dog because Killian saw a bunny this morning. Killian ran off. And when I mean ran off, I mean he, like, tugged so hard on the leash. And if the dogs tug hard on the leash, one, you have to understand, my dogs are big. So I have a 65-pound German Shepherd, or 65-pound Siberian Husky, and then a 120-pound German Shepherd. If they tug on their leash hard enough, I will just let it go. I let it go because, one, they're trained to find their way home. Two, I don't want to hurt myself holding onto their leash and possibly ripping my shoulder apart trying to keep hold of them because I know they're stronger than me. So I will not hold onto their leash. I will just let them go. And because I'll just let them go, this morning there was a couple of bunnies at the dog park when I went to go walk the dogs, and Killian caught sight of one and took off. And so to not hurt him or myself, because of course if you pull too hard on the leash, of course you're starting to choke them, and I don't want to do that. So hold on, where's my eraser? There it is. I don't want her cheeks to be orange. And don't worry, anything I have that I'm using, I will link down in the description box below. Do keep in mind, though, I am an affiliate with Arteza, so I will be using my affiliate link to link. If you use that link, I, of course, will make a small commission, so thank you in advance if you choose to use that link. Coffee break. Cheers. Speaking of that, my contest winners, the ones that live here in the U.S., should be getting their canvases today, which I'm pretty excited for them to see them. That was an awesome giveaway. I loved that giveaway. We're just going to do some pink for her cheeks. But I don't want it to look like she has bruises on her face. I was coloring an image, Hannah Lynn image, and it looked like she had bruises on her face from me trying to learn how to do the blush. Good God, you guys. It looked like someone who had been a victim of domestic violence. Like, the blush situation was so real. We're just going to blend that in. We want it to look natural. We don't want to look like she has 2 bruises on her face. I think that looks a little bit better. All right. So now we're going to work on her umbrella. So yeah, so this weekend went by pretty quick, and it was nice because Mr. Coffee's about to hit that brick wall though, because Mr. Coffee was off work for 5 days. And if you work and you know the struggle, if you have off for more than a couple of days, that first day back to work, good God. I'm waiting to hear back from him now. Any minute now, I'm going to get a message. I don't want to be here. I want to come home. And I'll be like, no, you got to go back to work. He's been here for 5 days, okay? And don't worry. I took good care of him. I offered him water, just like he did for me. Mr. Coffee, we're going to guess he had the flu and the stomach bug, because like him and the porcelain throne became best friends while he was home. So he finally started feeling better Saturday night. He was kind of back to his normal happy-go-lucky self. So I was like, you know, you ready to go back to work on Monday? And he just kind of looked at me with that look like, please don't make me go back there. Because if if you have a job, and that's the sad part, he loves his job, but he just took 5 days off. Good God. I was like, I feel bad for you. You're not going to want to go back to work. And he didn't do too bad with it. He didn't do too bad. So we're going to color her umbrella like a bluish color. But today was his first day back at work, so I'm interested to see how it went. He spends a lot of time on the road, so it's not like he's in a shop, like, bored to death. He's actually, like, on the road. And his work truck was looking to be decommissioned last week, but because he wasn't there, they didn't get it. So they'll get it this week. And I think that was another reason why he was so gung-ho about really not wanting to go back to work. He loves his work truck. He drives a Dodge 3500 manual. And he loves the truck. The truck is past its lifetime for the company but twice over, I should say. So he has been trying to avoid getting his truck taken because they want to give him one of the newer trucks, which he likes the idea of the newer truck because it has a remote start, whereas the one he drives now does not. And in the winter, that remote start, good God. The best thing I did before we left Pennsylvania was buy my car with the remote start because, oh my God, you guys. The weird thing is, perfect example, it rained last night. How or why did it rain? I don't know. But it rained last night. And because it rained last night, when I woke up this morning, all of the area that I live in was just a giant ice skating rink. And all the cars on the road looked like they had Parkinson's. Like, they were just, like, all over the place. And I was just like, this is going to be fun to drive in. My car literally was a sheet of ice. And luckily for me, because of the remote start, by the time I got me and the kids into the car, I didn't have to worry about the sheet of ice because it had all melted because I was able to warm the car up without going outside. Let's see here. Yeah, I like that color. So because I was able to warm the car up, I didn't have to worry about the ice too much. But when we got outside, you guys, have you ever seen a dog on... Okay, here's a funny story right before I get into this ice story, because it's essentially the same thing. So we go outside this morning so I can get the kids in the car and the dogs in the car. And like I said, it's a giant ice skating rink. The dogs usually are like gung-ho about going outside, so they start to tug a little bit at the leashes. And I'll tug them back and be like, no, stop pulling. Well, Killian decides that he's going to run. he tried and he started like sliding and spinning in a circle. It was the funniest thing on the planet. But the funny story I was trying to tell you is I went to the bathroom about a week ago. Don't worry, I've been to the bathroom since then. I went to the bathroom about a week ago, and when I'm in the bathroom, I remember making mention that whenever I go into the bathroom, Daisy will follow me in there. So Daisy decided to follow me in there. Well, out of nowhere, Daisy goes into the bathroom and she sneezed. Now, dog sneezes, you know, they're super extra with like their whole body shakes and everything. So they're just like, ah. And Daisy went to go sneeze, and my bathroom is hardwood. So as she went to go sneeze, she slid all over the floor in the bathroom. She almost knocked me off the doggone toilet. She sneezed so hard that she was spinning on the hardwood floor, because dogs and hardwood, oh my god, hilarious. And essentially she did the same thing outside this morning. She stepped on the thing and went to go pull me and started sliding. And she just kind of looked at me like, oh no, I want to go back in the house. And I'm like, no, you get to come outside and go potty. So let's go potty. We like to potty all the time. But yeah, so for those people that were like, you know, Miss Coffee, are you going to shut down your channel and stuff? No, I'm not shutting down my channel. Miss Coffee's just going to try lots of new things on her channel. This is just one of those things where I'm like, you know what? I want to do all the things. Who says I have to do one thing? I'm doing all the things. And anybody who, you know, doesn't like it, they don't have to watch everything I do. Like, let's see, we're going to go brown for the kitty cat. So we need brown. I need a light brown. Got a light brown. And then we'll go with this color. But yeah, so the channel changes won't be too bad. And this video is all over the place again. The channel changes won't be too bad. It was a great weekend with the kids. And you know what? I was just thinking about it. I wasn't going to use my chalk pastels on this image, but maybe I could. I don't know. Maybe I'll use it for the background, but I don't think I have any dark blue. Or the Pebbles chalk. I call it chalk pastels. It just reminds me of when, you know how when you color a big block of color with sidewalk chalk. That's what the chalk reminds me of. It just reminds me of sidewalk chalk. All right, Daisy. Daisy's a little sad because Killian still hasn't come home yet. Don't worry, he'll be home. By the time this video ends, I'll have a knock at the door from the neighbor telling me that the dog is outside waiting to come in. And I'll have to go outside and tell him to come in the house. This isn't the longest he's been gone, so. Plus, more likely, knowing him, he's made friends with someone. And he is chipped, so in the off chance somebody tries to steal him or something, he is chipped, so. He'll be back. Let's see here. These pencils away. I'm actually being quite neat today with my coloring. Like, I'm putting my stuff away like I should be. Don't get used to it. It's probably just a fluke. We're coloring the kitty cat here. So yes, it was a chill weekend. Me and Mr. Coffee spent Friday and Saturday night talking about stuff, you know, that I want to do with the channel and how I want to change things around. And I know there might be some people that are like, you know, I don't want the channel to change, which again, it's not changing really drastically or anything. It's just once a week I'm going to try a different craft, and you might get a different craft for Mindful Monday. So if nothing else, you know, there's that. Because I also thought about, you know, taking away one of the whip and chats where I color, which I do one whip and chat where I color on Tuesdays. I thought about, instead of doing coloring, doing diamond painting and keeping coloring for Mindful Monday. Because personally, I like watching the pictures come together as I'm coloring them. I like seeing them come together on time lapse. So I thought about keeping that for time lapse. And I know there are some people that, you know, they don't care what I'm doing as long as I'm doing something that I'm enjoying myself. And I don't stop the stories, which, believe me, I won't stop the stories. No matter what I'm doing, the stories won't stop. So we spent a lot of the time talking about that and trying to figure out exactly what do I want to do with my channel. Because there's only so much with diamond painting you could show somebody. Like, diamonds on a canvas, put corresponding color with it, the end. Like, there's only so much I can show. But in January, it will be a lot more diamond painting, because of the fact that I'm going to try to get through as many of the kits I have as possible. Because I've been slowing down on buying kits, not because of, you know, not for any particular reason besides the fact that I have enough and I want to get through some of them. And they're not all big, so some of them I can get through within a couple of days. Some of them I can get through within a week or two. And I just want to start getting through some of my kits. I didn't buy them for them to be stacked up in the closet. So I want to get through some of my kits. We'll color that in. I think she looks cute so far. All right, so let's go with these flowers. We're gonna do little purple flowers. Give her little purple flowers. So yeah, so I think trying new things would be nice. It'll be something different. I do have quite a few unboxings coming. Royal Diamond Painting. I have a canvas coming from them. There's a place on Amazon I have a package coming from. I have a couple packages coming from Amazon today, actually. But there's just a lot that I want to do and show, and like in my head I'm like, there's so much stuff I want to do, but in reality it's like, are they going to want to watch that? And I know there's some people that, you know, will want to watch it, but there's a lot of people that are like, can you just stick to diamond painting and stop? Like, I know what it's like when you're you know, one of your favorite YouTubers stops doing something that, you know, you started watching them for and starts doing something else. It's, you know, I don't do well with change either. Even when Stitcherista went and started coloring, or not coloring, but when she started cross-stitching again, I was like, I don't know if I like this. I kind of liked her when she was diamond painting, and, you know, then she added coloring. Okay, that's okay. But, you know, I was unsure, and then after a while I was like, well, this isn't so bad. I can, like, it's not like I can't listen to her. I don't necessarily have to watch what she's doing. Not that I ever watch what she's usually doing anyway, just because I'm usually crafting myself. So I don't sit there and stare at the screen like watching what she's doing. So no matter what she's doing, I still listen to her. So we're going to do purple flowers over there and pink flowers on this side. How about that? Why? Because I can. But yeah, this is a more laid back whip and chat. And I'm okay with that, because not everything has to be so hyped up. But you guys, that DIY Moonshop canvas, good God. I have started it. By the time you see this, I would have started it. At the time I'm recording this, I don't even have it yet. It's out for delivery still, and you guys would have seen that. As long as I was given the okay, you guys should have seen that yesterday after Mindful Monday. I don't normally put up videos after Mindful Monday. Like, my double videos are usually any other day of the week besides Mondays. But I figured, you know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I'm happy to be taking part in something like that. It's really nice what those folks do over there. And do keep in mind that they do, you know, they're donating canvases to the orphanage. And your sales from November 26th until, I don't remember when, sometime in December, 10% of your sales goes towards helping them and those kids at the orphanage. So thank you if you are able to help. Any help is, you know, greatly appreciated. So yeah, I'm excited to be helping them out with that, because DIY Moonshop is one of those companies that I had been, I made the excuse that they didn't have anything I wanted to buy because I couldn't afford them. At least I thought I couldn't afford them. I thought, you know, I was going to be spending millions of dollars on these kits, and then when my first order wasn't really that bad, I was like, you know, I'm going to order again. So I see what the hype is about. They do have really great quality images, and I do like them. So I will probably be, of course, I'll order more from them. And I want to show you guys how I use my chalk pastels before I let you go. So we're going to color in these leaves. Then we're going to pull out some of the chalk pastels. Because I think somebody asked me, did I have a video on it? And I'm like, no. The sad part is I've had the chalk pastels for a while. I just started using them. I'm not sure why. I think I was a little bit intimidated by them. And then one day I was just sitting here and I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to use them. And I was like, okay, this isn't so bad. So let's color in that part. And then we're going to pull out the chalk pastels. Alright. So the actual coloring of the image is pretty much done. What do you guys think? Didn't that turn out cute? Alright, so these are my Pebbles chalk, okay? And they come in a container like this. And they have 3 little cotton balls on the sides, and then they have this little tool. So with this little tool, so I want to make the sky like a darkish blue. So I'm going to take, and because it's such a big area, I'm going to take and pinch this to pinch the cotton ball. You rub it around on the chalk. I like to get a decent amount on there since I'm going to be doing such a large space. And then you just take it on your paper. Essentially, you're just smearing it on your paper. I'm going to try to avoid the raindrops. And what you can do to keep from going outside of the lines, you could put washi tape around it. I'm just going to move that up there. You could put washi tape around it to avoid those going outside of the lines. But I'm not too worried about going outside of the lines. And you just smear that around. And just like when you're coloring, you want to try to go in one direction. Like I'm trying to go in small circles. Just because sometimes you can see those lines and sometimes you can't. And you want them to be as fluid as possible. I think this is like the perfect color for this. And that's essentially how I use the chalk pastels, or chalk Pebbles chalk. It's not anything hard. As far as I know, it doesn't really come off the paper. Like, you get those little granules there, and I just kind of knock them away by taking the page and shaking it off. See, doesn't that look like a stormy sky? Hold on a second. Alright, had to start a new clip. So again, you just take it, rub it in the color you want. If you're getting in smaller spaces, you can use the smaller little cotton ball that comes with it. And that's all these are cotton balls. So if you happen to need more, or you were to start coming apart or something, all you have to do is get some cotton balls. We're just going to rub that around on there. And I know somebody's going to fuss because I blew on it, but it's forced to have it. Can't help it. And don't worry, I do vacuum after I use it, just because I know I knock a lot of it on the floor. Oh, sorry. In that little bit of a break I took before I started the clip, Killian came back. He was sitting at the door. I was wondering why Daisy was boofing early. It's because Killian was outside the door. The neighbor must have let him in. If the neighbors see Killian sitting outside, they'll let him in because they know he belongs to me. And they don't really have to knock on the door or anything. Plus, they probably heard me in here talking to myself and thought I was on the phone or something. So they just, you know, let him chill out in the hallway. Which, if I'm going to guess, it was my neighbor from across the hall, because I already told her, you know, don't worry about it. You know, if I'm sitting in there and you hear talking, you know, he can sit out there for a few minutes. He's reflecting. So I'm going to finish out this little section here. So yeah, that little boofing you hear is him. He's asleep over here now. So as you guys see, he makes little noises in his sleep. It's adorable. Alright, so then I'm going to put that color away. And we're going to do a purple color. Grab that big purple. And we're going to go for this darker color over here. Again, you just rub it on there. And I'm only going to go to about right there with it. Because I want it to look splotchy, I don't want to necessarily go to the smaller balls. And the balls are large, medium, and small. I wonder if the pan pastels are like this. I don't want to order any or anything. I just wonder if they're like this. Go ask the Charista. Because hers almost look like an oil base. Like, it almost looks oil based. And I don't need anything like that. I would just end up making a mess. And I'm just going to go ahead and go over the flowers. Just rub that in, and you can blend it with that blue. Oh, that's marks in her hand. And then for the grass, we're just going to stick that cotton swab back in there. And now we're going to do, might be helpful if you can see it. We're going to do the grass area. Now I'm debating whether I want to do this green or that green. Let's go with the light green. We're going to use the medium cotton swab on this one. We're going to go with this green. Because if it's raining, grass was growing, it's going to look brighter. But yeah, I think that's all I really had to talk to you guys about this time. Like I said, it was a boring weekend. We didn't really do a whole lot with Mr. Coffee being sick. We just hung out and watched Disney movies and made all kinds of delicious foods and snacks. And the kids went to bed and me and Mr. Coffee stayed up. And I spent a lot of time this weekend talking to him about stuff I would like to do for the channel, stuff I'd like to get. We were still laughing about the whole shipping thing with the prizes and everything. Because I get really bad anxiety about that. Like, I'm always scared that I'm not going to be able to afford the shipping cost. Like, I'll go in there to go ship something off to, like, Rachel or something, and it'll be like, oh, that's going to be, you know, $120 just to ship it. And I'm like, it's a $5 container. I'm not spending that. So, like, whenever I send stuff to Rachel, I always make sure that I stockpile a bunch of things that I want to send to her and then send it all at once. So yeah, like that, and Christmas is coming, so like I gotta start doing Christmas cards. Ugh. Is it too early to send out Christmas cards? Like, when do you guys send out Christmas cards? Oh, speaking of sending out Christmas cards, I was assaulted by Christmas on Saturday. Now, because I don't leave the house too often on the weekends, I had noticed that my neighbor has already put up her Christmas decorations. And I go out into the hall to go check the mail outside, and boom, assaulted. Like, Santa was all kinds of in my face. She has, like, her little wreath on the door. I'm like, you're just doing the most with Christmas right now, aren't you? She's like, oh, I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm like, okay, well, you know, do your thing, boo-boo. If you want to be excited for Christmas, you be excited for Christmas. I'm excited for Christmas because our Christmas shopping is almost done. I have to get a couple little things for Minna. But other than that, the little one's Christmas shopping is all but done. Maggie saw a new baby doll on TV she likes playing doctor with her babies for some reason. Like, why all her babies have ailments of some sort is beyond me, but she likes playing doctor with her babies. And there was a baby that on TV, they were giving the baby a shot in its butt. And I was like, what kind of weird marketing is this? And, you guys, this looks so cool. So we're going to lift you up a little bit. There we go. We're just going to blend it in with that purple. And you can go over the stuff you just colored. It'll just tinge it a little bit. But because there's not a whole lot on there, I don't see that being an issue. It just kind of makes the colors look muted on those colors that you went over. So yeah, so like the lady across the hall, she has on, like, she has a Christmas wreath up, and there's a little Santa Claus wooden stand right next to her door, and there's like lights all around her door, which I'm not sure why she put lights on the outside of her door, because the complex, the lights in the hallway never go off. So we have a lit hallway, and she put up Christmas lights in the hallway, and I'm like, well, okay, whatever, do your thing, boo-boo. I ain't judging you. So, yeah, salted by Christmas already. I'm like, can we give Christmas, like, I refuse to put up anything until December 1st, because I'm like, I will give Thanksgiving its due diligence. Like, everybody just skips over Thanksgiving like it's the redheaded stepchild of the holidays, when Thanksgiving is the holiday that most people are excited for because of the food and Black Friday. And I'm like, y'all are real quick to skip over it for Christmas. Like, everybody just kind of forgets. We're gonna do a little light blue on top of this, and see up here. I'm just gonna roll light on top of the color pencil. All right, folks. I think that's it for her, and I think that's it for me as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, that's how I use my chalk pastels. There you go. Hopefully that was useful to somebody. And for the chalk pastels, or the Pebbles chalk, yes, it does erase. So even if I wanted to go through, so say you got some of the chalk on your edges here, like I did here, you just take your eraser to it, and it does erase. I got all these shavings all over the place. And there you have it, folks. She is complete. Isn't that adorable? I freaking love how it turned out. That's awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death. Like I said, it was a boring weekend. We didn't really do anything. So yeah, like, sorry, I'm trying to get all the like shavings from the eraser off my desk because it's driving me nuts. But yeah, there she is. She's all done. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you like this video and would like to see more random and crazy videos just like this one, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down at this point. I don't give a crap. Either way, if you're not already a subscriber and would like to subscribe to see more random and crazy videos just like this one, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. With that said, folks, I'm going to bid you adieu, but not before reminding you, like I always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool. Bye, guys.